Hey, welcome back to another episode from Life for Living Well. If you are listening or watching us again and you have not subscribed to one of our posts or article, you can sign it up on our website at www.lifeforlivingwell.com. Once again, my name is Richard, and before I dive into the topic that I have for this week, I do like to say if you like to know one or two things the community do, maybe our article that we release weekly or our podcast that we release weekly, even our video blog on the YouTube, and we also publish on our own community website and we publish on the Medium website at the same time. And whichever platform that more suitable for you, you will find the helpful and growth article. We spend the significant time to research on each of the topic that we inspire to look at it. Without taking much of your time, the topic that I'm looking at this week is what I call do not just assume. And there's so many reasons that this topic come to a play because of seeing our assumption have wreak havoc in real life, whether in the relationship, whether in businesses, whether in work, whether you sign a contract and just assuming that the other person uh, have your best interest, or you assuming you understand what you had over the phone or what you had during the conversation without paraphrasing, without taking diligent steps to establish what is true. And it's even more challenges in this current time where we have evolution of technology, evolution of AI around all the place, and where what is not real can be presented as real. And if you are not, take a step back and take a due diligence, you're probably going to put yourself in a very bad position later on. So why this particular topic come to the end to my mind that we do not just assuming that we understand or we are aware or have the information that require to make a decision or to take a change or get involved in relationship or get involved in business. Why is that? And you normally know that the way we start any of this broadcasting is to find a suitable quote that actually blend with the message we wanted to present. Though, please forgive me because I'm under I have some little cold that are affecting my voice at the same time, but I will try to make myself clear and concurrent. Why do I say do not assume that you understand? Do not assume you hear other person. Do not assume assumption. Do not make a life decision based on assumption. I've seen how it created a lot of havoc in people's life, in people's work, in people's outcome. Take for example, some years ago, I was a technical lead on a project, and I have this particular project manager that I find him so annoying that every little thing he has question. Every little thing he has question. Thing that doesn't thing that I perceive at the time that this is not necessary. I feel like we get into the meeting and those questions were spoken to you that you are making claims about things that you have not really identified, but he will ask you a question. I get so annoyed about him that even when I see him on the corridor, I try my possible best to avoid him. I perceive him as a negative person because I'm feeling uncomfortable with his question. And it took me time to identify why this question make me feel the way I was feeling at the time. It's simply because the guy, I felt like those questions are personal attack, which is not. I also felt like the guy question was making me insecure about my own knowledge, and probably because I didn't have enough knowledge that I should have for that role. And for him, he didn't understand the project. So the only way he can understand is to ask uncomfortable questions. And because of this question, after some time, I figured the time to get to know the guy well. He was a family man. He is a family man. We share a lot of things in common outside work. He loves swimming. He loves play tennis. He's more enthusiastic. And the same way he has questions about project, he has questions about personal life, personal hobbies. And I find myself that I'm happy to talk about things that I do outside work without seeing his question as an attack on my own self-esteem or attack on my self-worth. Only when then I begin to ask questions. And because of this question, because of his thorough, deep, insightful question that he asked, he saved the organization a lot of money that they would have wasted on elephant projects. The supplier and the product does not match what the organization really needs long time. Because of his question, he exposed the deficiency in the product. If he just assuming like other project manager in the project assume, even the program lead, including me, the technical lead, I'll just focus on implementation, not really focus too much on default in the product. But he didn't. He was so sure that his question, and then at the end, he helped the organization. He taught me a lot of valuable lesson in that process. That so many things in my own life until today, I use a lot of assumption to it. What is it in your life that causing you headache, that causing you drama, that simply because you put a lot of assumption to it? When you engage in conversation with somebody, are you truly listening? When you are not sure of something, are you not follow it up with the questions? Do you just assuming you understand what other person is saying because you are lazy? Sometimes laziness play a part in our assumption. Sometimes lack of understanding play a part in our assumption. Sometimes that we don't want to rock the boat, we just assuming what other person do. So it's a deliberate misleading or misunderstood other person. What is it in our own life that we use assumption for? And the purpose of this message, even though it's a short message, is to say, do not just assume that things will work out. What are the things that you put in place to make it happen? Do not just assuming that you understood what your wife, your girlfriend, your friend, your business partner is telling you when you have a conversation with them. Ask a probing question. Establish your understanding. Verify your assumption. We live in a days and a time where just assuming that somebody say what they say is also mean what they say is far along. We no longer have that luxury where integrity take a lot of part and conviction upon conviction. You will have thought that we have so much technology now. The communication should be more easier, engagement should be more easier. In fact, it is more going to be more complex, more complicated because what you see as white in the morning could be black in the afternoon. It depends on the actor you are dealing with. If you are dealing with a canny actor or someone that have a underhand intentions, and you just assume you that you are belong to the same community, the same tribes, or ethnic groups, or religion, and then they follow what they say. My brother, my sisters, my friend, you are setting yourself up for a great disservice. So I hope that you take a insight from this message. I did not want to drag you too much because not in a great place in terms of clarity to make this message. But I hope this message helps someone. Until we come again, please stay safe and have a wonderful week. Ciao.